Well, hey everybody, it's Richard with Rip One Outdoors. Hey, it's good to be back with you today. Well, we've got a new trike here we want to introduce you to today. Some of you have been asking questions about it on the Facebook group, and now it makes Rip One Outdoors proud to bring you the TK Pro. It's the newest addition to the Mooncool family of electric trike. So what Mooncool has done is they took the very popular TK1 folding trike and they have packed it full of new performance enhancements and features that I guarantee you is going to help you out on your road, on your ride, give you much more natural feeling when it comes to pedaling, and a lot more enhancements to the electronics up here on the dashboard. Yeah, so we can't wait to show it to you and tell you more about it. It's still the 95% completion rate that you're used to seeing. It still has a load capacity of 450 pounds. With the TK Pro, we're looking at some new range estimates of 45 to 75 miles. So there goes the range anxiety right there. And I'll tell you something else, with the addition of a 750 watt motor, there won't be a hill around that will slow this trike down. I can promise you that. It's packed with power. It's got the necessary punch that you need to get up those hills. The TK Pro is UL certified. It comes in 5 colors. I will say that on the new paint that comes with the TK Pro, this is a high gloss finish. I'm sure you can see it. It looks like you can reach down into it. I tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous. It will knock your eyes out when you see it. Mooncool switched out the cadence sensor from the TK1 to the torque sensor, and I can promise you it's going to excite you when you feel how much difference it is between it and the cadence sensor. When I rode it, I was blown away. And I tell you, I can't wait to ride it and show y'all more about it. Before we go out, I'm gonna tell y'all what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop here in a minute. We're gonna show you some of the close-ups on it and talk about a few of the features on it. Then we're gonna go out and we're gonna take a ride, show you how it rides, show you the power. Then we're gonna come back, we're gonna save for last the assembly. I don't wanna leave y'all hanging without an assembly video. So I made a little short assembly video. I tacked it on to the very end. So what I'm gonna ask y'all to do is hang around. You don't wanna miss this. It's the TK Pro. Okay, y'all, let's go over some of the close-ups and some of the added features of the Mooncool TK Pro. First thing I'll show you is this padded seat here, and it's got the back on it. That's very popular amongst some of the Mooncool folks. It has got the Mooncool 750 watt motor with a 1500 watt peak, a big power-packed 48 volt 20 amp hour battery. Shouldn't have any range anxiety with this battery, I can tell you. Also, for you folks that own the Mooncool cargo bike, this is the same battery. It will interchange. That's good to know. One of my favorite features about this trike is the torque sensor. The torque sensor is, to someone who doesn't know, if you've never ridden a torque sensor bike or trike, I can tell you, it provides a more natural feel to your ride. If you want to get a little exercise, it will definitely help you there. The pressure on the pedals is what propels the bike forward. And I can tell you, it is a very nice feeling on this trike. 3-inch CST tires, 20x3s. 180 millimeter brake rotors with Star Union hydraulic brakes front and rear. Spring fork suspension on the front with lockout and adjust. Very powerful headlight on the front. A very robust and spacious rack system on the front and the rear. Plenty of room to put your animals in here or put your groceries. Water bottle holder. It does come with a park brake on both brakes. The way you work it is you flip that lever forward and it locks it. Very simple operation. Nice quality right there. Previous TK1 was a single speed. The TK Pro is a 6-speed. Let me show y'all a little bit about this display. I'm gonna punch the control panel here, the button on the very top of it up here. And look at that, huh? Isn't that pretty? Got your battery power up here. And the way you move between screens here is you've got a button on the bottom, and I actually missed this when I first saw the trike, but you got a little button here on the bottom of the control panel that you push, and it changes your information. You got time, power, speed max, average range, average speed, the mileage, 7/10 of a mile I've ridden it, and the odometer. Yeah, check that out. Isn't that pretty? To change your pedal assist, push the little button to up, and it goes all the way up to 5 speeds. Okay, to decrease, you push it down. So to turn your headlight on, hold the plus button down, then the headlight will come on. I don't know if you can see it or not. There you go. Tail lights come on. Brake light, left turn signal, right turn signal. The top speed is 16 miles per hour, which we're used to. I'd like to see more. UL certification is 2849. Comes with 5 colors. We've already mentioned the high gloss paint. Okay, y'all, we gonna go out and take us a little test ride on the TK Pro. So y'all grab something and hang on, come along with us. Okay, y'all, come tag along. Let's go for a ride. Okay, y'all, here we go. Before we get took off too far though, I just want to show you how this trike is gonna handle in just riding through rough terrain. I mean, this yard's not really rough, but I got some areas down there in the back that I want to show you how it's gonna perform. I mean, you hear all kind of things about how these trikes are tippy, how they, I don't know, may turn over with you or whatever. But I can tell you that riding through this old rough yard here, and the yard's rough because it used to be an old garden spot here. But I feel very stable on this trike. Going down the hill here, I'll turn it back in. It leaned a little bit, but that's no problem. Got a little hill right here I want to go up. Just a little short hill. Turn around the old oak tree. See, no problem. All right, let's head on out the road. We'll find some kind of adventure to get into. Okay, what I want to show y'all now is what if we shift it down? Let's shift it all the way down to first gear. And I'm telling y'all right now, way to go Mooncool, because they have got a combination of the Shimano 6-speed shifter and the torque sensor and the gearing on the back, and they have come up with a perfect. So in first gear, you can actually pedal it with 0 pedal assist. Let me turn the pedal assist completely off. Now I've had some people ask me this, can you pedal it without pedal assist? There you go, I'm in first gear. And naturally, if you shift on up to second, it gets a little bit harder to pedal. So pedaling it with no pedal assist, and it works. All right, let's head on over the road a little bit. This is pedal assist 1, y'all. I'm not gonna show y'all all the different levels, okay? What I wanna show y'all is this trike doesn't lunge when it takes off, and that's 1. Look at that. Perfectly gentle on you. Let's go over this way, and I'm gonna go ahead and shift it on up to 3, 4. That's in shifter 4 right now, gear 4. I'm gonna bump the pedal assist on up. There's pedal assist 2. Pedal assist 3. 4. And 5. Now let's bump the shifter on up to 5, 6. So that's the extent of the pedal assist and the extent of the gearing. And y'all, I'm not ghost pedaling, and I can feel that torque sensor kicking in. A very good combination that Mooncool has come up with for this trike. Maybe there won't be that much traffic. I just want to ease down the highway here a little bit. Probably not the environment that you guys are going to be riding in, but this is my environment. And we might ride over the little country road there a little bit too for you. But I'm coming over here because I want to show you, we got a little steep hill over here. I want to show you how it'll climb a hill. I don't know yet how it's going to do, so you'll see it for the first time like me. And what I want to show you is going up this hill right here. Let's see if it'll do it. Oh man, that 750 watt motor, there was no stuttering whatsoever about it. And that's a pretty steep little hill, y'all. As some of my e-bikes, I wouldn't tackle that hill on. One more time, we're gonna climb this long hill. We're gonna go all the way up to that metal barricade right there. Here we go. All the way up, look at there. 750 watts. 1,500 peak watts. Okay, y'all, I want to show you something that I may have failed to show you earlier, but this is a 12-inch step over right here. Look at this. I mean, bad legs, hip problems, knee problems. I just had knee surgery about 3 months ago. 12 inches. Anybody can do that, y'all. 12 inches. Yep, that's a good low step over. I don't have any other e-bikes or trikes that has that low of a step over. Awesome accomplishment there for Mooncool. And still get the folding, mechanical part of the folding to work too. Well, there's good news and bad news about getting the new trike. I love it. That's the good news. The bad news is my wife loves it too. So look like I'm gonna have to try to get her one or get me one and she can have this one or something or another, I don't know. Okay, y'all, I wanna ride down this little country road right here. And it's a rough road. It's a rough road. I got a little bit of a rattle back there on that left fender, but I'm sure it's something that I can fix when I get back to the house, get in the workshop. These rough roads will loosen things up, and this is the first time that I've rode the bike. So it's worked something loose back there, a screw come loose or something, but that's just all in part of the maintenance of it. Maybe it won't upset the video. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to tell y'all my 10 reasons why I would buy this trike. 10 reasons. And I'm not trying to blow some smoke here or something. I really feel these are my honest feelings about the bike. Blow my horn for the horses. See what you can do when you own a trike like this, or e-bike, as far as that goes. You can get out and ride, enjoy the beautiful weather that we're having. But my number one reason for buying this trike would be the price right now. Because the price is $18.99, as stated on their website. But Rip One Outdoors, he shoots and he scores. And he has scored y'all a $200 discount code. And I'm gonna put that on the screen right now. That's RIP200, R-I-P 200. Use that code during your checkout process and boom, cha-ching, there goes your $200 off of that price. $16.99, can't beat that, y'all, for the TK Pro. Number two, my number two reasons for buying this trike would be the ease of operation. I've got a friend, Miss Pat Morris, down at Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. She just bought the TK1 trike, and Miss Pat won't mind if I say this. If Miss Pat can do it, anybody can do it. Miss Pat, I believe, and forgive me if I misstate her age, but I believe she told me she was 85 to 86, something like that, maybe 87. But bless her heart, she is enjoying her TK1 trike right now. But Miss Pat doesn't have any problem with it. My wife doesn't have any problem with it. If I'm not on it, she can go out. My wife knows how to use the shifter, knows how to use the pedal assist system over here, and she enjoys it already. yeah, ease of operation. Easy to put together, 95% completion rate. If you feel like that you're gonna have a problem doing that, find you maybe a young man, got some light mechanic skills. I'm sure if you pay him a few bucks, you know, he'll put this thing together for you and do a good job of it. Number 3 is looks. Oh my goodness, this thing looks good. One of the prettiest paint jobs I've ever seen on a bike or a trike. There you go. Deep, deep, rich paint job. Looks like you can reach down in it. That's some pretty stuff, y'all. 5 colors to choose from, but I like this. I chose the lake blue, and that's what you see on my pictures and on the thumbnail and all this, the lake blue. So yeah, looks. Number 4 is the start speed. And I may have mentioned this already, but I'll mention it, it's worth mentioning again. That I'm in pedal assist 5 here now. Let's switch down to pedal assist 1. And I'm just gonna start pedaling, okay? There we go. We're in pedal assist 1. And look how easy it is. Nothing lunging forward or you know, slinging me back or anything like that. Let's do throttle only, okay? Throttle only. Look at that. Really, really slow. So, there you go. That's number 4 reason. Start speed. And that's good for us older folks. You notice I said us. Number 5 reason is the carrying capacity. The carrying capacity, I mean, I went to church here a few weeks ago and I throwed a big crock pot on the back of my TK1. And this is the same size as the TK1. Big crock pot on the back, throw stuff up in the front, go to Walmart, get a pile of groceries, but up front, got a good, nice basket right there. And I will say this, I didn't do it on this ride, and I'm not gonna do it on this ride, but on rides to come that you see me on, I have some basket liners that Mooncool has sent me, and I plan to utilize those basket liners, okay? Got one for the back, one for the front, and I got one that you can even put your pet in. And that's number 5, the carrying capacity. Number 6, I showed you back there at the church, is the low step. Does a good job. 12 inches low step over. That's one of the lowest steps that I have. Number 7 is I believe it's pretty safe, y'all. I showed y'all there at the house. We're cruising around some rough places there in the yard, no problems with that. Number 8, and probably one of the most important, is this trike will get you out and about. If you feel like that you don't have much ability anymore to get out and about and do things on the outside, I'm gonna tell you, I have seen some people talking on the Mooncool site where these trikes have really, really helped them, especially people with mobility issues and balance issues and things like that. These trikes are the way to go, y'all. I'm telling you, I used the TK1 during my knee replacement therapy, and it's the reason that I'm doing so good today. I can promise you that. Riding that TK1, I used it without any pedal assist. And you can do the same thing with this one. I've already showed you that. Number 9 is no worries about battery capacity. You can ride and ride and ride. I've already went 8.6 miles on this ride and the battery hadn't even stuttered. Haven't even moved off its mark here. I like that. No worries about the battery. So we ease along this little country road with the cows and all, and the sod farm. Really a pretty place to come. I was born and raised in this little community. Squirrel hunted right over here on these branches. So we'll stop right here and do number 10. Number 10 is gonna be, and I've already showed it to you over at the church, power unlimited on this trike. I'm telling you, this thing has got to get up and go as far as torque, hill climbing. You folks that live up in Alabama and Tennessee and places like that where you got hills, this TK Pro trike is the way to go. I promise you that. It's got the power. It will start from a dead stop on a hill and take off and climb that hill. Now, I've showed y'all that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the shed. And as I told y'all, I didn't forget y'all, you people that may purchase this trike. We're gonna go back to the shed and we're gonna do the assembly video, okay? That's just a little short video, help you assemble it. And if you got any questions, I'm down at the end of the video, I'll have my email there on the bottom of the screen, okay? So let's go back to the shed. Okay, everybody, as promised, we're gonna get on with the assembly of the TK Pro from Mooncool. But before we do the assembly, I just wanted to show you just on a quick video what the box looked like, what the inside looked like, and then we're going to get on. I'm not going to show the unboxing, but I'll just show you what the contents of the box looks like and how well it's packaged and everything. Then we'll get on with the assembly. Okay, we've already removed the staples and tape and straps. So let's look at the contents. Oh man, I see a pretty blue. Just move some of this so we can see. They got that designed to go down they got that designed to go down in the basket there to keep it from, I guess, getting jostled around. I see on the side here, I see the wheels. Looks like they got some foam between the wheels. I'm not sure how sturdy that would be if a forklift hit it, but then again, none of it may be safe if a forklift hit it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get it out of the box and let's get everything cleaned up on it, and then we'll begin the assembly process, okay? Get back with you in a minute. Y'all, I guess y'all wondering what in the world we're doing out here in the yard looking in a box of trash. But I wanted to show you this, that of all the bikes and trikes that I've ever reviewed for Mooncool or any other companies, I have never seen a box that had this much packing left over in it. You look down in there. I mean, the box is 3/4 of the way full of trash and stuff that came off the bike. You know what that tells me? That tells me that there's a company, Mooncool, who cares about the end product before it gets to the customers. And whenever the customers receive it, that they're less likely there's going to be something bent, warped, scratched, or whatever. Okay, y'all, first thing we're going to do on the assembly is put the front wheel on. Okay, we're going to find this part right here in our parts bag. This is going to hold the front wheel onto the fork. Position that in the hole. And it's got a little spring, and it's kind of shaped like a cone. The small portion goes towards the wheel. Okay, then we'll put the other portion, the spring and the cap nut that holds the other side of the wheel on, we'll put those on. And we'll just loosely put that, maybe a couple of turns, okay? We'll leave that. So there's what you're looking at. Is look on your fork and in your brake caliper, there's going to be sometimes they're orange, sometimes they're black. This one just happens to be orange. That's a spacer that goes between your brake pads during shipping, okay? Take that, and we'll throw that to the side. But make sure you take that out. I saw someone had put their caliper in there with that spacer in there. That would be a no-no. Okay, then we're going to take our front wheel. It's a little tight fit between the caliper and the fork there with that tire. But you shouldn't have to let any air out. Tighten down the screw. Okay, I had the center of the bike positioned up on a little stool here to help me out. But I got it out from under her now, and I want to make sure that the weight is sitting entirely on the fork and the wheel here. So before I tighten this, I want to make sure this is all down in place, okay? And the way you do this is pull that lever out and tighten the nut on the other side until you can feel it getting tight. Yeah, just make sure that's getting real good and tight when you can bend this cam lever over like that, okay? And you're good shape. that wheel won't come off. Next, I think we'll put the fenders on. Okay, let's look at the fenders now. The fenders are going to come unassembled from the trike, and I want to show you how they're made, which is a pretty unique design, and I like this. But it got a little notch right here, and I'll show y'all in just a minute. If I can get y'all to see that. But it's got a little notch here, and that's going to fit on the axle. And it's going to make for a quite strong and robust mount. So let's get with it. And it's got a little wire here for the tail light that goes on the fender here. I'll show you all about that. The problem I'm seeing is with the instruction manual says to use a wrench, but that don't work because that's a socket head cap screw right there. So we're going to have to use this 5mm T-handle wrench to put them on. And to get down in the area where they're at, this is where they mount down here. So to get down in there, you've got this rack in the way. So what I'm going to suggest to you, and what I'm going to do, is there's only 4 screws that holds this rack in place. Just take those 4 screws out. Pop this rack out of the way. Then we can get in here and we can do our business in here and mount this fender right here. We've already got one of them mounted. Did that while y'all weren't looking, and we'll go ahead and mount this one up for you. You got this wire down here. They've got this wire neatly tucked in under here. You might want to straighten that out before you mount your fender, what have you. And we'll show you how that hooks up. Now, taking that basket off gives you ample room that you can work tightening down these screws. Mighty fine, mighty fine. You might want to, if you get a little bit of rubbing or something, check it with your wheel. If it's rubbing or something, you can put a little force on this and bend it back a little bit. Hey, it's just thin metal. Now I want to show you how to hook these wires up right here. All this wire is going to do is, like the other wires we've already showed you, line the arrows and snap it in place like that. Then we're going to use some little small black zip ties. Main thing, we'll just make sure that the tire is not rubbing the wire. And if this is a little tight right here, you can pull you some slack. It's got a little bit of slack back there. Now we'll put our rack back on and we'll call this job done. So when the trike come, it come with the headlight mounted on the front fender. Okay, so we removed that, and then we replaced that screw back in to hold the front fender to this mount here. So we'll set this light aside. Prior to mounting the rack though, we want to take this little hook right here. It's got the plastic on it, and hook that around our group of cables right there. Okay, and that's going to keep that secured and tucked in out of the way. So we'll install these 4 screws right here. Okay, what I've done here, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I've installed some little short pieces of double stick tape here. And I mean, I'm not worried about the tape keeping the rack from sliding or anything. What I'm concerned with is rattling and squeaking and just making general metal to metal racket. So I put that double stick tape on there, and we're gonna lay our rack down on there and get it in line with the holes, and then we'll screw them down, and then that'll be a good connection right there, rattle free. Yeah, that double stick tape that I used is 3M Extreme tape. You can find it at most hardware stores. So let's tighten these down real good. Okay, we're going to put our light on now. We could mount this light like that, or we could mount it like this or we could mount it like this or like that. I kind of like it like this. So that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, we'll take our wire plug, or we'll take our light wire, we'll come under here, we'll find these two ends here, and we'll marry these two ends together. You know how to do it. Line the arrows, snap them in place. We'll take a couple of black zip ties, and they got some little places under here where you can mount a zip tie through here to hold this wire in place. For the most part, we can call this thing completed. There's one more thing that we've got to do as far as assembly, and when they ship this trike, this main wire that comes from the display and goes back down to the controller, they ship this unplugged. So we need to plug this in so to get our controller to talk to the display. Align the arrows, snap it in place. That's it. There's nothing else to do there. All right, so we hope y'all have enjoyed the ride and the review of the TK Pro. I tell you what, if you're really interested in this trike, I would really appreciate it that if you would look down in our video description right there, or in that comment, and you'll see our link to Mooncool. And I appreciate it if you used our link. That way our channel would get credit for it and make your purchase from there. Y'all watch for more informational videos coming out on our channel about the TK Pro. And the way you do that is you hit that subscribe, hit that like, and hit that bell notification. Also, if you've got any questions you want to ask or us, we'll be happy to try to respond in the best way we can. Look at our email address down on the bottom of the screen right now. Hey, we'll leave y'all for now, but we'll be seeing y'all soon with more videos on the TK Pro from Mooncool.